guys, Bridget Bartlett here. I am the local business marketing, training, and support specialist with Builderall. Today, we're going to continue our series on how to create your own course funnel. Okay, so that includes the entire funnel. Obviously, it includes the course, uploading the videos to the video manager. And today, on day 5, we're actually going to create the home page of our e-learning course. Okay, so this is really important and it's really cool that we can actually customize this and, basically put more advertisements, but also put more value on there and make it more attractive and professional. Okay. If you guys have missed the previous training, definitely go back and watch that. We spent the whole week last week, Monday through Thursday, setting up until this point. And then on Friday, we had our live Q&A as we do every single Friday. So if you want to, make sure to not miss a live, you can join me in any of my groups or my Facebook page or YouTube channel at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and make sure to catch the live training. You can also text me at it's +1 for the United States, 317-623-4596. And if you text the word live, I will send you a text message every time I go live. Okay. Let me clear that off of there. So I'm going to go ahead. Hey, Ray, how are you today? Ray never misses a training. He is a trooper. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into the training. I don't know if it's going to be a long training, but as I've been saying, these trainings have been taking me longer than our typical, usually I try to keep it around 30 minutes. But I wanted this challenge or this training, or I guess extended training, to really be helpful. So I have not prepared for this at all. I'm literally showing you how I build this from the beginning. So if I have to create an image, I'm going to show you what I use to create images. If I have to create a banner or whatever, I'm going to take you through the whole thought process. So that's why it kind of takes a little bit longer. I can see that I have some people on YouTube, or I'm sorry, Facebook. Hey, I'll show you guys here that when I'm looking at the comments, because I use Restream, I can actually, it doesn't show me sometimes, like if you're in a private group, it doesn't show me the name. So I do see that you guys are saying hi. So hi back, and thank you for joining me. Okay, so let's actually dive into the training and get started. So let me set this up here and share my screen. Okay, so here we are, and this is my e-learning. Okay, this is the course that I created. Hopefully you guys can see this and all looks good. Hey, Christy. So this is the course that I created, and this homepage here is what we're going to create today. Now you can see this is really important because this is going to be the very first thing that your lead or customer comes to. So this is really going to set the precedence of what is inside your course. Okay, so if you guys are interested in this course, just FYI, you can go to, and I'm going to show you all how to do this once we build our course. You can go to the marketplace and you can actually purchase this video course that I have created. Let me scroll down here. If you click learn more, and this is when you guys create your course and you put it on the Builderall affiliate marketplace. It's an awesome way to get leads to your funnel from Builderall people. So if you are doing a coaching business or you have some kind of a product that you would love for other affiliates to promote, using the Builderall marketplace is an excellent way to do that. I don't see my course. Let me keep scrolling down here because I want to prove I'm not a liar. That it's actually here. Oh, here we go. So if you want to purchase the ebooks here or the video course, here is that. And if you guys want to promote any of these products, since I'm in here with this video course, if you promote it, all you got to do is just click here and then copy. And then anytime someone purchases through your affiliate link that I just copied, you're going to get 50% of the total $47 commission. If you want to buy it, you can just click here. You don't have to buy it to be an affiliate. Just know that you do have those options and you can promote any of those products in the marketplace. So to build our our homepage, let's go ahead and just start a blank website. Make sure you don't have any questions. Let's see. We have on Facebook, someone says, how will you set if you need to have your learning homepage that offers multiple courses? You can just put a button here, advertisements. I mean, this page right here, and I'm getting ready to show you, this page is just a Cheetah website page. So you can make this anything that you want to make. You can design it any way that you want with all of the Cheetah bells and whistles, and make it your homepage. So I'm going to actually show you how to do that now. So you could, if you had multiple courses, by all means. Also, before I skip to that, let me show you, if you did have multiple courses, there's another way, and I encourage you, go back. If you don't understand where we're at right now, definitely go back last week and watch all of the training that we have done leading up to this point. But I showed you how you can put images here. So on every video, you have the opportunity to expose them to your business or brand, or maybe multiple offers. Maybe each video I show them how to use a new tool, and then this banner up here is promoting the tool, and then here's my affiliate link, right? And you can also put resources down here at the bottom. So I have basically, in this course, I have put in some PLR products, some training that other people have done that I have the right to use, and I've also put some of my own training in here. So it is literally, you can see it's a smorgasbord of training, and half of this I don't even advertise for in the funnel. So really, half of the training that's in here are actually just bonus training. So like, I never even advertised for the Facebook Ad Secrets Beginner or Advanced, but every step of our funnel, we want to wow people with the value that's in the funnel or in the course or in the product that we've offered them. We always want to over deliver. So always keep that in mind when you're setting up your funnel. Okay. So let's actually go to Cheetah, and we're going to create a brand new website. Now, we're not going to create the homepage on the website that we're going to use, okay? Because tomorrow we're going to start creating our funnel that we're going to put our course into. But you cannot have the iframe for the homepage, meaning we're going to add this to an iframe to our e-learning. And I'm going to show you all of this, but you can't have a domain connected to the iframe when you add it into your e-learning. Okay, so we want to start outside of our website and just create a blank page. So let's go to create new site. We're going to choose a blank template. Okay, so I'm just going to choose blank and select and save. So now we have a brand new website. It's totally blank. But the first thing I like to do is, first of all, I skip the tour because I'm in here so much, I don't need the tour. But what I want to do is go to site settings. I want to change the name of this because I want to make it easy for me to find. So I'm going to say launch course e-learning homepage. And that's, again, it's just simple for me to be able to find and understand when I'm searching for it, what it actually is. So I'm just going to paste this here, but when it's a URL, you need to have the little hyphens in between. So you could choose to put the hyphens or no hyphen. I'm actually just going to make no spaces and make this one long URL because it really doesn't matter. No one's going to see this URL. It's just going to be embedded into the course, so the URL doesn't matter. But if we were going to share this, just this link only, we would definitely want to make it more user-friendly and not so long. So I'm literally just going to, I'm going to copy this again, and then I'm going to paste here. Now, we can enable our Builderall affiliate button, which I do like to do. And then when you do that, it's actually going to show up just like a normal website here. So if someone is in my course and they see, oh, powered by Builderall, they can click this button, it goes to my link. So again, it's just one of those extra things that you can do to hopefully drive traffic to get Builderall commissions. Even if you're not promoting Builderall, if it's not something that you're interested in, even on my lawn care business website, I have a Builderall affiliate link, because why not? I mean, even if somebody is going there with the full intentions of getting their lawn taken care of, they can see that if they like my website, they can see that little button and maybe they need a website. So regardless of the niche that you're in, just having that little tag is a way that you can earn affiliate income. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this as is, and I'm going to click save, because we really don't have to worry about SEO or anything. All we're doing is just building this home page. So let's go ahead and click edit page. And now you see we start with just a panel, then we have a box here. And if you click on the elements, you can see above it says box. So that lets you know right away what type of element this is. And if you left click on this, it says text. So we have a panel here, and we have a box, and then we have a text element. Okay. What I'm actually going to do is just delete this entirely and just start fresh. So now all I have is a panel. So I need to create a banner here for my e-learning course. So what I want to do is I'm going to open up Canva, and this is what I love to use for all of my images and graphics. And I want to go to create a design. So the size that we need, the width of our panel is going to be 1920. So whether it's on the e-learning or whether it's on a website or whatever, 1920 is the standard size. Now, I like to have my panels be about 600. So I'm going to go ahead and click create design. Now you see here is going to be the width and the height of the banner that we're creating. So I like to go to photos here. So I'm thinking launch my course, but I want to be consistent with my brand. And my brand is, basically purples and pinks and oranges. So what I like to do is actually make this my background color. And the reason I love Canva so much is I have a couple clients in here, and I can just store their branded colors, and then I don't have to keep adding the hex codes every time. So what I want to do is I'm going to start with a purple background. This is what I typically do. And then I want to go to images, and what I usually do is do abstract. And then when you do abstract, let me skip that for now. You get these shapes here, okay? And there's lots of really cool shapes. And I like to do this because it just adds a little dimension. So let's try this one here. So if you use this, all you need to do is go up here to the transparency. And before I even try to resize it or anything, I like to just see what it looks like when I make it a little bit more transparent. So you see now it's turning into my branded color, except I have a little dimension to it. So I'm not really liking this, actually. So what I'm going to do is let's try this one, and let's change. Okay, this one's looking a little better. It just has a little bit more action to it, a little bit more dimension. So I'll go ahead and use this one. And I like to make the image just a little bit bigger than the canvas that I'm working on, because that ensures that I don't get white edges. Okay, so I'm just going to stretch that out. So far, that looks good. I think I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to go ahead, and we're going to call this launch e-learning. If I could spell right, homepage. I'm going to download this. And let's go ahead, and I want to create a folder, launch course images. Okay, open, and now I'm going to paste my image there. That way it's easy for me to find, even though I still always have issues finding things. So what I'm going to do is highlight this, and I'm going to click Control-C to copy. And that way, if I do forget, I can always come back. So what I want to do now is left click in the panel. I'm going to click here to edit element, move this to the side. If you guys, if you don't like this option here where this moves around, you can actually left click here, and it will open up the side panel. And it's just a personal preference, whatever you like, but I actually do like the side panel opened up more. So what I'm going to do now is go to settings, make sure to click Edit Element, and I want to go to the background settings. So I'm going to click Change Image, and then I'm going to upload that image that we just created. So I'm going to click Select File. Let me go to, let me search for my folder, Launch Course. And there's my folder, and I'm going to choose the banner. And then once it uploads, I'm going to select it, and it should be the perfect size. Now, I will say I have tried to put images on here before, like in the, and this is kind of a pro tip. I have tried to just completely create my image in Canva and then upload it as a banner. But what happens is inevitably, when you go to the mobile view or the other views, if you like, let's say I had my image right here, it's going to only show half of my face or something like that. So what I like to do is actually create the images or the text using the elements. And that way, no matter what size someone's viewing this on, it will move and resize with the website because it is a separate element. So what I want to do now is go to Add, and I'm going to go to Elements, and I'm going to choose an image. So I'm going to click here. And we can choose the basically the 3D image that moves around, horizontal, vertical, or shadow. Let's go ahead and choose horizontal. And now that big sign goes away. So I'm gonna actually make this image of me because I want to brand myself. Remember, you have to always keep the end goal in mind. So let me search through these images here. Let me find one that is of me that is transparent. Hopefully I can find it. It's never easy to find. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to choose that image, and I'm just going to add this here. Now, another pro tip here, especially when you're adding this, and this is something that I just learned trial and error, when you're adding this element to an e-learning, because the space in the e-learning is so limited, you can see here, you definitely want to keep in the middle as much as possible. So within these grid lines here, you actually can't see with that ruler there, but you see as I hover over, there's a blue line that appears here, and there's a blue line that appears here. If you can keep everything in the middle between those, it will appear better on all of the devices. So let's go to Add. Let's go to Elements, because now we need to add some text. So I'm going to add a text here. Let's go ahead and add an H1 title. And I do like to work with the neutral text better. So I'm going to change this to an H1 neutral heading. And neutral meaning it is not associated with the global text, because I want to be able to customize this and do anything I want to it without affecting the rest of the text on the website. Even though this is the only page on the website, it's just my preference. I like to use Lato Black, and we'll go ahead and we will make this, since it's an H1 title, we can make that 50. And let's make it white because we're up against a dark background. And I also, especially my H1 titles, I like to put like a little blur on it to make it stand out when I'm using white text. And I like to have the blur black. So you'll see the difference here. It just shows up. You can't really tell the blur, but it just shows up against a dark background a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give our course a title. So I'm going to say, let's see, learn to launch your own course today. Okay, so we have kind of a lame title, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to left click out of that so I can move it. I like, when I'm doing my titles here, I like to justify to the left. So that's what I'm going to do. And you can see there's lots of space in between the text. So what I want to do is actually go here to line height, and the standard is 1. And that's typically what I like to have, but it just depends on your purpose. I just love that we have the ability to do so many customizations that no matter what your preference is, you can accommodate that. So actually, oops, I moved back. Let me double click here. I'm going to highlight. Let me change my line height back to 1. Okay. So now we have our title here. We need to have, what I like to do when I create my courses is I actually like to use a button here, and then I want to promote Builderall. So what I'm going to do is go to Elements. I'm going to go to a button, but you could promote or you could add whatever you wanted to here and promote whatever you want to. I'm just using Builderall as an example because that's something that we all use. So I'm going to choose this button here. And I'm going to left click and I'm going to set the action first. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to type in my Builderall affiliate domain, marketingtools.com, and I want it to open in a new tab. And that's very important when you're creating your homepage. You always want to make sure that it opens in a new tab because otherwise it's going to open right inside of your e-learning course. So you don't want that. Always choose open in a new tab. So we'll click select now. And now we need to change the color of the button because, green, that doesn't look great. Let's go ahead and we want to change, I'm sorry, the color of the title here. And I'll go ahead and say, get your tools here. Because remember, in this course, I'm not promoting on the front end Builderall. So I want to introduce them to Builderall in this course. So let me go ahead and I want to pull up Canva because I did not set my my branded colors. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here and you can see in Canva, if I wanted to change one of the colors, all I need to do is click here and then go up to new color. And then it tells me what that color is. So it's already highlighted. I'm just going to click Control C and then I'm going to copy that hex code and then come back here and then paste it in. So I'm going to click Control V to paste, and now you see I have that branded color. And to make sure that I don't have to do that again, I'm going to click this plus sign, and it adds it to my list here. So I actually want to just X out of that because I'm not using that red color for anything. So, and what I like to do with my buttons as well is I just like to make every button, I do a hover effect, the background black and then the text white. And then when you hover over any of my buttons on my websites, it's going to change from a black, whatever color it happens to be, it'll change to a black background and white text. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I also like to add a little shadow to my buttons because believe it or not, a lot of people don't realize this is actually a button. So we definitely want to make that clear. So I like to do a little dimension to my button. So I go here to the horizontal shadow and just move this, the horizontal and vertical, just move it a little bit to the right. And then the same with the blur and the radius. And it seems like just that little bit of moving adds a little dimension. And then I like to go to the black color and then in the middle of the transparent. So you can see now, if I click off of that, our button has a lot of dimension. It looks a lot better. We can also add another image here. So let's go to add elements, and then we'll go to the images, and just going to go ahead and grab a horizontal image, and I want to put an arrow here. I want to point to that button because, again, we want to make it so clear that this is a button and a definite call to action. So I'm going to right click here. I'm going to go to General Settings, and I'm going to go to Change Images. And if you notice up here, you have some your own files that you upload. You also have some images here that we have inside of Builderall, just stock images that you can use, and there are tons of them. And every time I check back here, there are more. So if you're looking for images or some kind of icon, you guys can definitely see there are so many here. I want to actually have like a curved arrow. So I'm going to go ahead and just choose this one here. So we already have that. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And if you turn this little, see the little circle here, you can actually rotate this image however you want to. So I'm actually going to put it kind of like this at an angle. Okay, so now I'm going to definitely go ahead and save because we've done a lot of work here so far. And now we're going to move on to panel 2 because panel 1 looks pretty good. I think I might end up changing this, but it's important you guys don't get. The reason I wanted to do this live is because I want you to understand when just because I do this a lot, when I put a title like this, it doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect every single time. But what it does mean is I'm going to just put something there. And then when I build out this page, then maybe I'm going to change my mind, but I definitely want to have the layout. I want to have my text designed. I want to have my button in place. I want to have all of this stuff in the place that I want it to be. So don't get hung up on thinking, oh, I can't create my homepage because I don't know a good title. Don't let that kind of stuff stop you. Okay. I literally, in my course, which just to tell you guys, since I'm talking about it, if you guys are paid Builderall members, if you go here in the dashboard to the training tab, there's all kinds of training here. And you'll see my course here as well as the other Mag 5 courses. But believe it or not, in the first module of my course here, it talks about taglines and logos. And I have had people tell me that they don't know what to do now with their business because in the first video they watched, they saw taglines and logos and they didn't have one. They were confused. So they just stopped. Well, that is the exact wrong thing to do. Okay. You need to just pick a logo or a tagline or whatever that you're doing and just pick it and then move on. I mean, you can change it. I can't tell you how many times I've changed my logo and my taglines and everything. So we're going to go ahead and just leave that there. Let's go ahead and let's add another blank panel. I tend to like blank panels, so that's just my preference. Let's actually look at this. I think I'm going to kind of make basically the same style here. So I'm just going to copy this here. I copy this information, go back here. I'm going to just highlight this and I'm going to click Control V to paste. All right. So now I want to change this background. Let's see, we're going to go to background settings and I'm just going to choose this lighter gray color. Yeah, I think maybe more white. Okay, that looks better. So we'll just have it be white. Let's go ahead and add a box here. Now look, technically what I could do if I wanted to recreate this is just duplicate this page and then, tweak it a little bit. I could also save these panels and elements to my personals tab. And that's really easy. Just save here and you give it a name and then it shows up here. But that doesn't help you guys, right? So that's the reason instead of me doing the short way, which I would normally do, I want to show you exactly how to do that stuff. So I'm going to go to elements. I'm going to go to return. Make sure you don't have any questions. Crystal says, thank you. You're so welcome. Okay. So I'm going to go to now boxes and I'm just going to grab this box. I tend to like this box here. Again, it's your preference, whatever you want to do. I'm going to just add this box. Let's go back to this here and I'm just going to copy this because that's what I'm going to promote my private coaching. Now, keep in mind, you guys, I would never promote something like this directly. I would never promote private coaching directly because it's not going to be very efficient. Because what's the point of promoting private coaching if you have no idea what I even do or who I am or what value I can offer you? Okay, so if you're promoting something like private coaching, it definitely needs to be on the back end because you need to introduce yourself to the people who would need your coaching services, but also you want to let them know that you are a valuable resource to them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that there. I'm going to go ahead and add some text. I'm going to choose, we'll go back to text and I'll just choose this, but I want to make this neutral. So I'm going to go down here. We'll just make this a neutral heading 3. We'll change the font again. We'll to Lato. And I usually just use Lato on regular text, and then I use Lato Black on my titles, just my preference again. And then for the website, I like to use 18 on desktop and then 16 on mobile. So what I'm going to do now is click Control V, and I've pasted all of that text. Okay, so it's all now in Lato. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to center this up, and let me go back here. So it does look like I did choose a bigger text style, but I think actually I might just leave it like this. Now, what I did here too is let me reduce some of the space here. Actually, maybe I'll leave that. Let me go back and look at this. So it looks like I have these arrows here. So let's go back here. Now I'm going to put my cursor where I want the arrow to be. So it is hard to get this line right here. So what I like to do is actually go click next to like the first letter, and then I use my left arrow over to move that cursor. So now I'm going to go where this little flag is, and I'm going to look for an arrow, or you can actually just type in arrow. Actually, is that what I used on here? Yeah, an arrow. So let me find, we'll use this one. So now that's how you add that little arrow. So I'm going to do the same thing here. And you see it automatically selects the one that you chose. So all you have to do is click select. So I'm going to do the same thing here. And then I'm going to click select. So now I have my arrows there. I have my text there. Now what I need to do is add an image. So I can, let's see, we'll go over here. Let me find the images, and I'm going to drag this image here. Now I'm going to left click and edit the element, go to general settings, and I'm going to upload my image here. So hopefully I have that image in this account. I have so many accounts that I may not. Okay, here we go. I'll use this one. Okay, so now I have this nice image here. What do we have below that? So we just have some text saying who I am and what I do. So let's go back, and we're going to add some text. So I'm just going to choose like a title 6 here, and I could probably use just global on this one. It's not that big of a deal. So I'll just type my name, Bridget, Bartlett, and let's go ahead and add, actually, I think I want this bold. So I'm just going to highlight and make it bold. And I'm going to add some more text. Go to elements, and let's just add, we'll add a title 6 again. And we'll just say digital marketing specialist. Every time I type that, it's still like super surreal to me that I actually have that title in real life. Still so surreal that I actually get to do what I love for a living. It kind of blows my mind still. All right, I'm going to rearrange this a little bit just so that it looks a little bit more uniform. And I also want to edit this box a little bit because the shadow is like purple, and I don't really want a purple shadow. So I'm going to go over here and click on shadow, and now I can make this any color I want. So as I told you, the shadow that I prefer is black, and then right in the middle of transparency. That seems to be like the perfect shade of shadow, my preference anyway. Okay, so now we have our box here. So I'm going to go ahead and actually pull in some of the social media elements that I have. So I'm going to go to personals section. I'm going to go to elements, and hopefully this is in the same account. I think this is mine. So I'm just going to left click and drag my personal element. Oh, not enough room. Let me put it here. Oh, wrong one. Yes, delete. Let me go ahead and grab the other one. Personals, elements, and social bar, and it's probably this one. Oh, it's white. That's why I can't see it. All right, I'm going to left click and I'm going to click here. I go to general settings. So the reason that you can't see this is because actually the elements are white. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to choose Facebook here. I want it to be purple. And I'm going to choose, where is Twitter? We'll just go ahead and choose this one. And then we'll go ahead and choose Instagram. And we'll make this one in LinkedIn. Okay. So now I have these. I need to expand this just a little bit. Actually, I have a screen sharing thing here that's stopping me from my little, pulling the panel down. So what I'm going to do is go up here to panel sizes, and then I'm just going to increase the height of that panel. So now you see I have plenty of room. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to just add it below my image, just like I did the other one. Now let's see what else we need to do. So it looks like we have another title here. I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to go back here. And now I'm actually going to create another panel. Because if you guys go to the mobile view, you'll see that it's just so much more simple if you put things in panels and on separate panels to keep it organized. And I'm going to definitely show you all about the mobile view here in just a second, because that's very important, because actually 80% of people will view your website on mobile. So it's definitely important to make sure that you have a good mobile view, probably, and actually more importantly than creating a beautiful desktop version. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do now, let me get this the right height. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to add a new panel. I'll choose a blank panel. Definitely want to adjust that a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and double left click here, and then I'm going to paste my text. Okay, so now we have that there. I want to make this the same color as this. So what I'm going to do is go to Edit Element on the panel, and then I'm going to go to Background Settings. I'm going to click here, and here is the hex code of this panel. So what I'm going to do is just click plus, and then that adds it to my colors. So I'm going to left click on this panel and click Edit Element, and then I'm just going to choose that color. Actually, was it this color? Yeah. So now we have the exact same shade. So now what I need is 2 buttons. Okay, so you can see there, we'll have 2 buttons. And actually, we'll just duplicate this. That way I don't have to redo the style. Make sure that this goes over that here, because we don't want it to get hidden behind the panel. So I'm going to make sure that I am in the button editing, and I'm going to go to advanced, and I'm just going to click top until it's above that panel. So now you can see we're good to go. I'm going to actually duplicate this button again, because as you saw on the other one, we have 2 buttons there. So what I'm going to do, put them side by side. And one says text me and one says join our group. So that's what I'm going to put here. I'm going to go to edit element. I'm going to go to headline, and I'm going to say text me. Oops. Now let's go ahead and put a little icon on the button like we had the other one. And I'm just going to say maybe phone for a good icon. So this looks pretty good. We'll just choose this one. So now we have that little icon there. Now this one says join our group. So let's go back here, and we're going to click edit on that button as well. And we're going to say join our group. Now let's choose an icon that's kind of like community or like people. That's a good one. So we'll click select. Now we have that. Now I just need to get the link to text me and the link to join our group. So I wonder if I right click here, copy link address. So I'll go back here. Now I'm going to click on the button. I'm going to click set link. And then I'm going to click Control V to paste. There's the link to text me. So I want that to open in a new tab. So I'm going to click select now. Now join our group. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to right click on the button, copy link address, and then I'm going to go back here and join our group. So I'm going to click to set the link, and it's open in a new tab. I'm going to highlight this and click Control V to paste. Oops, it's the old one. Let's try again. Copy link address, go back here. Okay, so it wants to keep doing that. Hopefully, oh, and it's because I said it wrong. So that's good for me to know. Let me go to my actual group. Let me get the link here to my other group. And I'm going to highlight the link. I know you guys can't see this because I use the other screen. But I'm going to go back here and I'm going to copy and then Control V to paste. And it's open in a new tab, so select. All right, so we've done enough work. We definitely want to click Save. And we can choose to make these buttons different colors for the sake of time, and we'll just keep it as is. I kind of like the congruency of the orange buttons here. So what I'm going to do now is just shrink up this panel here. And again, I can't do it because of that. I have a sharing thing there. So I'm going to shrink it up a little bit like this. So that looks pretty good. And I am also, one thing I like to do is just go through these titles and make sure that I am centering them, because all the buttons and everything that I put, I center around the titles. So I definitely want to make sure. And here's a little tip as well. If you click Shift and then left click on an element, you see that you have the option here to align vertically or horizontally. So keep that Shift button held down and then click on the other element, and then you can actually click here to align them vertically. So now they are straight across. So that is really, really helpful. Okay, so we have our home page designed now for the desktop view, but of course, now we need to go to mobile. So let's go ahead and click here to go to the mobile view. And it's okay, but definitely we need some work, okay? So what I want to do is, obviously, I want this to be on the top. So I'm just going to click up until this is at the top. And let's see, go up to the top. And this is going to look weird no matter how we put it. So I'm just going to hide that. It'll still be obvious on the desktop, but for this purpose, I just want to hide it, okay? Because you can't rotate it on mobile. And so I definitely wanted it to be pointing to that button. Actually, let's go ahead and let's see if I can... I'll just play with it a little bit. All right, so now there's a space between this button and, actually, I don't know if that is, nah, we're gonna hide this. I don't like that. All right, so there's a space between me and this button, and the button is really close to the bottom of this panel. So we definitely need to do some work on this button. So I'm going to left click here. Let me get rid of that so that we are in the editing. So I'm going to click advanced here, and you have the option to adjust right, left, and then add space at the top and the bottom. So I want to actually shrink this down, because on mobile, you really don't want things to be so close to the edge, okay? So I can actually reduce the space on the top, which is really good, because I don't want, if you click on this image here, I don't really want so much space between me and the button. So I want to go to layers, actually lateral spacing, and then I want to remove the space at the bottom. So now it kind of looks like the button is butted up right against, so kind of like I'm standing on the button. So I kind of like that. If you left click here and you click on the text elements and go to general settings, because this is a neutral text, I can adjust the size on mobile. But if this is not here, you guys, this is another tip. If this is not here, you cannot adjust on mobile. It's because you're using a global element, and the only way to adjust that is to do that here. So you definitely need to make this a neutral text if that is what you're struggling with. If your text just does not look right on mobile and you want to adjust it, but not change all of the, H1 titles on your whole website. So I'm just going to shrink this down just a little bit. 25 might be good. I want to go to advanced settings. I want to add a little bit of space on each side. I want to add some space on the top here. So it looks a little bit better, but now that I've added that space, maybe I want to increase this. I do want to stay about 3 lines of text in the title. That's my general rule. Again, it's subjective. I also want to add some space here at the bottom. So I'm going to go back to advanced, and then I'm just going to add some space here at the bottom. So now just with the edits that we've done, this looks a lot better than it did before. Okay. So now we're going to move on. Make sure you don't have any questions. Take this opportunity to get a drink. Oh, it looks like Chris says, just watching one of your videos and stopped it because I saw your live first time finding your channel. Yay! Welcome, welcome. Okay, so moving on here, let's go ahead and adjust this. So I want the title to be above the box. So I'm going to go ahead and move that up there. And again, we can adjust this, but this is a global text. Okay, so if you go to general settings, you see we don't have the ability to adjust the size of the text. So you see the difference there. That's a really important thing that people, when they're brand new, really gets confused on. Okay, so I just definitely wanted to point that out to you. I'm going to move this in just a little bit, and even though it doesn't change the size of the text, it's just a good rule to not be so close to the edge of your mobile, like I was saying. So if I move this in a little bit, it keeps that text from, as you're moving from device to device, it keeps that text from hanging over the edge so close. So what I want to do here now is I want to click on this box, and you'll see that I've selected the box because it says box. And I want to be clear about that as well, because if you click here, you might be thinking you're editing the box because it's so close, but you're actually on the image. So I want to click on the box, and then I want to click edit element, and I'm going to go to lateral spacing, and I want to just bring that in just a little bit, just so we're not so close to the edge. Same with the image. I want to bring that in just a little bit. So I'm going to go to lateral spacings, and I'm just going to bring that in. I want to add a little bit of space to the top there. Here we have some text, and really the text needs to be a little bit larger. I want to go to lateral spacing and bring that in just a little bit. And we can bring this in just a little bit. It might be okay. Actually, I think the text is okay. We'll go ahead and leave that as is. But if I want less space here, I can just click on that text there and then reduce the space on the bottom. If I wanted even less space, I can reduce the space at the top of that one. So you guys can see there the ability to change all of that. So now moving down to this text here, you can see it's really, really large for mobile. So I want to click here and I want to edit this text. So I'm going to go to general settings, and you see now, since this is neutral text, I have the ability to edit that. So I want to definitely make this smaller. Like I said, I like for mobile to be about 16. I am not a fan of centering the text. So I like, especially when there are bullet points, to bring that in and left justify. Again, my preference. You guys can do whatever you want to. But again, we're too close to the edge. So what I want to do is just bring that in just a little bit. Okay. So what I like to do is when I'm bringing elements in, I like for them to be about the same. So you can see the box is the same, the button is the same, and the text is all the same. So I'm bringing it in about the same width, okay, to stay away from the edge. I can also adjust this if I want to. I can actually move it up to be underneath my image, or I can move it back down here. I can also change the size here. So if I wanted that to be a little bit smaller, actually, it's already maxed out as it is. So we'll just leave that as is. Let me left click here, and I want to edit this element because that's definitely too close to the top of that panel. And let's go ahead and bring it in. So you guys can see basically what I'm doing is just going down the line, and I am, bringing everything in and tightening it up. So these buttons here at the bottom, They're really wide, and I want to make sure that all of my buttons are the same width. So what I want to do is click here on this button because that's the first button I edited, and I really like that width. So what I want to do is make these buttons the same. So it's 32 all the way down, and that's what I'm going to set this for. So I'm going to click on this button here. I'm going to click Edit Element. I'm just going to change this to 32, so it's exactly the same. And it doesn't really matter about the top button or the bottom. We just want to make sure the width is the same. So now I'm going to click on this button here, and I'm going to make sure I'm editing. I'm going to go to 32 as well. So to get more exact, use those arrows. So now we have the same width, but I definitely want more space on the bottom. That is just way too close to the bottom. So let me actually, all right, let me add this here. Let me add some space here to the bottom of this. Okay, so I think, okay, there we go. Maybe just, we'll keep it there. Okay, so far, actually maybe more space here. So I'm gonna click here. I wanna just make more space at the top. So as we scroll up and down, you see now it looks so much better. So let's go back to the desktop. Definitely want to save because save is our friend. And I'm gonna click that's fine. So now we have created the homepage of our e-learning course. So let's go back here now to the home. And we want to get the link now. I'm just going to X out of this. I'm going to republish because we made a lot of changes. Since this is the homepage of our e-learning, we don't really need to worry about headers and footers. So I'm just going to click here. I'm going to go to website page. Let me refresh just to make sure it's all updated. Definitely want to click here, make sure all the buttons open in a new tab. Click here. Okay, so that opened in a new tab and join our group, and that opened. Okay, cool. So all the buttons work. They all open in a new tab. Now what we need to do is just copy this URL. Let's go back to our e-learning. And we're going to choose the course that we're working on. So I'm going to click Edit Course. I'm going to scroll all the way down to Lookup. And then you'll see here, you can choose an iframe, a standard, which just has basically the definition of the description of the course. You can choose an image or an HTML code as your homepage. But again, since we just created our own Cheetah page for the e-learning, then we're going to use an iframe, and then we're just going to paste that. Now, again, if you guys missed the first part of today's lesson, I told you we wanted to build this outside of our course funnel because we're going to connect a domain to our course funnel, and we cannot use this as an iframe if a domain's connected. Okay, so that's why we're just going to post that there. And now I'm going to click Save. And let's go ahead and preview. And here is what the home page of our course looks like. So isn't that beautiful, you guys? That's so awesome. So if you scroll through here, you see we have our Builderall ads that we have already done. We have join our group. We have all of the chapters of our e-learning. So technically this e-learning is completely done, okay? Let's go back and you can view the homepage. So look how beautiful. All the colors are congruent. That's how you create it, you guys. I mean, everybody keeps telling me, oh my gosh, I love the homepage of your e-learnings, but you can see how easy that is to do. As long as you're congruent with your colors and your brand, then your e-learnings are going to be beautiful. Okay, so now we have this completely done. So I want to hear you guys. Are you guys wowed? I just shared with you how to create the e-learning homepage. That's exactly how it's done. I mean, let's see what time it is. It took me less than an hour to create the e-learning homepage. So each step that I've showed you, if you guys just spend an hour after each training and you do it yourself and recreate the whole thing, think about at the end of this whole training, you could have your whole entire e-learning course created and ready to be put up on the marketplace for all of the affiliates to promote for you. So that's the beauty of this. You don't even have to create a course because I showed you how to do it using using PLR. And you don't even have to get traffic to the course because we're going to be putting it on the Builderall Marketplace. And there are many other places that you can promote your course. You can post it on Max Bounty, ClickBanks, JVZoo, all of those affiliate marketplaces you can post your course on and let other people sell it for you. Let's see. Um, on Facebook, someone says, awesome, love it, Bridget. Yay, awesome. Chris says, wow. Wow, it's so good. Christy says, awesome, thanks so much. This is very helpful. Wow, it's great. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying this training. I really enjoy showing it to you, and I really enjoy doing it live in real time. Like you guys can see, if I run into a problem, how do I fix it? I think that's the hardest part when you're brand new and anything new you're learning. Like I just bought a very, very expensive camera that I'm still not using yet because I'm still learning how to use it. So you're not, everything that we do, there's always a learning curve, no matter what it is. But it's like, if you just keep learning and just keep moving forward, you're going to reach your goals. It's inevitable. I mean, if you don't give up, you're going to reach your goals, right? Because you're learning. Everything that you learn, you can implement. I mean, there's so much to it, so much. And I love it. It's so fun. So Ross says, hi, Bridget. Is there any training with the video hosting app? Absolutely. Go back and look at my trainings from last week because I showed you all about video hosting, how to upload the videos into the video hosting and all of the options that you have. So definitely went through all of that. If you are in the group, it should be in the unit section of the group. And if you're watching on my YouTube channel, just go back to last week's videos and you'll see how to upload all of the videos. And I also showed how to find PLR products last week, how to upload them to the video manager, how to completely create from beginning to end your e-learning course. And then today we talked about how to create the homepage of the e-learning. In addition, last Monday, I completely funnel hacked myself. So I took you through every step on the front end and back end of my own funnel, my own course funnel, to show you how it's all laid out. So let's see, someone on Facebook says, did I hear that tomorrow will be the sales page? Yes, we're actually going to create the entire funnel tomorrow. So we're going to use the funnel builder. Inside of Builderall, we're going to create the blueprint. And the beautiful thing about Builderall is that when you create the blueprint, so you're just pulling up the pages that you need and labeling things and creating your list and all that stuff, unlike every other, we're the only company in the whole world that has a funnel builder that you can create the blueprint and then just click a button to create the entire website. So I'm going to show you all of that. And then of course, it's going to take some time to go through each page, create the membership areas and all of that. But to actually create the funnel, we're going to be doing that tomorrow. And then, like I said, I'm going to show you like how to design each page. So you can see all of that's going to take a while. But at the end of all of this, like I said, I encourage you guys follow along with me, because at the end of all of this, if you have taken an hour a day and implemented these things, you're going to have a complete course that you can start making money. You can start sharing and having affiliates make money while you sleep. That is the way to scale your business. You're only one person. If you are relying on yourself, you have to do something to make money. You're never going to scale a business that way. You have to have your business working for you while you're doing other things. Okay. A lot of times in business, my experience, business owners always get to a point where they are so busy working in the business that they can't work on the business. And what we're trying to do is create a system that the business runs itself. I mean, not the whole business, of course, but the lead generation part, that's running itself while you can do other things. Like, I don't need to be trying to get leads to my course because affiliates are getting leads to my course. Meanwhile, I can actually be doing private coaching lessons. I can be creating a new course. I can be creating emails. I can be, doing marketing, like doing lots of things because my course is working for me and generating income while I'm doing other things to generate income, right? So it just makes perfect sense to have something over here that's making you money while you're over here doing more things that make you money over here, right? So it's always building up all of those things. It's building up. Each funnel is a money generating funnel. Okay. So if you're creating it and you're putting it out there, every single funnel that you put out there, that's more and more leads. So you have leads coming from here and here and here and here because you have 10 funnels out there getting you leads, right? So it just makes sense. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. So again, tomorrow we're going to be using the funnel builder. We're going to create our entire funnel, and when everything is done, then we're going to actually put it on the marketplace as well. So until then, if you guys don't have a Builderall account, make sure you click the link in the description. I'm getting ready to add so that you can, if it's not there, depending on where you're watching, definitely create a Builderall account. For the first 30 days, it's $1, and you guys get like all of the training courses that I just showed you, all the Bag 5 training courses in different niches. That's all free with your Builderall account, and you get all the tools, so 40 plus tools. And just to be clear, when you subscribe to Builderall, it is just your tools. All of this training that you see us all doing is just free. It's just something that Eric Salgado, the CEO of Builderall, it's just something that he wants to provide so that people, it's not just selling tools. Like his mission is to have an entrepreneur in every household. And I really think with all the training and all of the tools, I definitely see us getting there. So that's really exciting, especially with everything going on in the world today. People are looking for ways to generate income from home, especially business owners who have had their business closed down. So, okay, guys, I will see you tomorrow, same place, same time, same place. Until then, go build it with Builderall. Have a good one.